A long time ago, and in the not too distant past, in an era where right was wrong and wrong was right, and vice versa, and so on and on and on, a young skeletal system was forming its own opinions. There was no doubt about the comfort of the situation in general. Carefree muscles reassured it of a secure place of purpose. Steadily growing fats and tissues were like cuddly clouds that wouldn't show the great impact of their weight for years to come. Nerves weren't nervous. Babbling brooks of colourful cells flowed freely along carefree veins and capillaries. There was a simple purpose to movement, and no questions were ever raised about anomalies or the future. No thought was given to that faint rectangular glowing horizon. For that was the business of the cerebrum, and while the skull and the cerebrum were on very good terms, they didn't socialise outside of work. This meant that they never really had the kind of intimacy that usually leads to deeper understanding and connection. If you could x-ray the inner feelings and desires of a being, how far under the surface would you have to look for the rumblings of cellular change? For change that had an impact outside of its host? Perhaps, as bones age, experiential layers of thought show visible signs of wear and tear. From that point on, a skeletal being will do one of two things: fall back into well-worn grooves and calcium will crumble, turning into dust to disappear. Or the muscles of wisdom, born from curiosity, will flex and awaken those bones, moving them into a position to lift the weight of the world. This was the case for our protagonist, our young skeletal system, now fully formed, yet never complete, always changing. What doesn't change adds to the dust and debris. For some time, these joints had felt an urge to break bones, to fracture the structures that bound it in such an immovable form. To break these structures and rebuild felt like a possibility for new beginnings. If your internal system can be realigned, perhaps the axis of the globe could also change, if enough channels were redirected. Directed away from fatty deposits of comfort eating, to forget whose discomfort was sacrificed for your inertia. The problem is a curious one, and the solution as complex and intricate as internal bodily symbiosis. Our skeletal system was ready to face the brain, to ask questions, to connect, to understand, to care, and they would all mobilize together, an entire human being, all parts completing a whole, and all parts deserving a voice in the future of their body, much like a celestial body, a planet. Where one person hears a babble of nonsense words, another hears the beating of a heart and the strong tide of purpose and integrity. The will to heal celestial bones, universally. How strong is your heartbeat?